So in the past, we discussed Fiction Horizon's top 50 strongest anime characters of all time, and it had to be one of the worst anime rankings we have ever seen. Well, somebody actually sent me a tweet to a website called Fandom Spot. Never heard of this website in my life, but apparently they are supposed to be worse than Fiction Horizon. I don't even know how that's possible, but they made their own top 50 strongest anime characters of all time ranked list. I made sure to check in with you guys. You guys asked for this. Let's go for it. At number 50, Fandom Spot went with Puck from Re:Zero. So immediately alarm should be raised. How is Puck here? Doesn't make any sense. Now we do know that Puck has access to ice powers, and we also do know that Puck can absorb surrounding mana and then turn it into ice. That's great, that's nice, but top 50? Puck may be in the top 300. Top 200 if we want to be generous. Top 50 is crazy. Asta is at 49, y'all. But we do know that if Asta enters the Re:Zero universe, everything's getting flipped upside down. We do know that, right? Because the same mana that you're talking about, that Puck has access to, Asta can cancel that out with his anti-magic. Asta has the ability to see ki. Asta has the ability to move so fast. 49's wild. Asa even making it here, honestly, is kind of wild, because that means that characters like Featherine, characters like Rimuru, characters like Anos, there's no way they're gonna be on this list if Asa's already on here and Puck is making it on here. There's gonna be some craziness going on. Oh man. Akame from Akame Got Killed is sitting over Asta. In what world? The sword that she has a powerful technique. Basically the one-hit KO sword. She has great sword skills. You can argue that her sword skills are actually better than Asta's. I would not be mad about that. But stronger than Asta? No. Now let me double check with Fandom Spot on something here, because I want to make sure that we're actually accurately ranking this list. The ranking will be a mix of in-world power as well as overall power, so keep that in mind. So I don't know if this is their case of saying, well, Akame's in-world power is so much higher than Asta's in-world power, but if we're looking at the overall power, which should be the main subject here, I believe the gap between them is so large that Akame shouldn't even be here, like nowhere near. I don't even know. Muzan made it to number 47. I don't know how we're seeing anybody in the Demon Slayer verse sitting in the top 50 strongest of all time. I don't get it. I don't see it at all. Even if you want to say in-world power Muzan ranks high, it's okay. It's the Demon Slayer verse. I mean, this is a character that can't even be out in the sun. Are we serious? There's other characters that would thrash him. Next up, they have Kiss Shot from Kizumonogatari. I'm not too familiar with this character at all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So let's just take a look at what they said. Kiss Shot is the type of character that makes you remember how powerful and awesome vampires are. I mean, Jesus, those regeneration abilities are just insane. Losing a limb is brought to the same level of losing an eyelash. Just her presence kicks off most of the action throughout the show, because she's so powerful that she sets everything out of whack. And if you're all caught up on Monogatari series, then you know that she took over the world at one point, just because she got all cranky. Flat out, I'm gonna need the fans of this series to put me on and tell me if this character is accurately ranked, because I have no idea. At number 45, Fandom Spot went with Eren from AOT. So this clearly is them banking on the Founding Titan. They know that once Eren has the power to access the rumbling, that he would be able to call in all these colossal titans, and now he's top 45 of all time. This is Fandom Spot's thinking. And I know there's people out there that believe that the rumbling would be tough to stop, which in some cases, for some characters, it would be. So I'm not even mad that Eren is here. I just don't know if I would say Eren is over somebody like Asta. This is low. At 44, they went with Kirito from SAO. This is low. Now, I'm not even all the way caught up on all of Kirito's feats, but I have heard a lot of great things. When we talk about swordsmen in anime, Kirito is arguably one of the most versatile swordsmen there is. He can manipulate all types of different elements, plus time. He has super strength, super speed. He's boxed against some of the strongest in his verse, and he's also extremely durable as well. Kirito should definitely be probably in the top 20s or 30s. I honestly can't believe this. First of all, I stand corrected, because I did not think this character was going to make it here based on what we were seeing prior. But the fact that Rimuru is on the list at 43 is crazy. Rimuru is supposed to be in the conversations with Goku and Anos and Giorno and all these top tier characters. I don't know what to tell y'all. Not even Fiction Horizon. You know, Fisher Horizon probably would do something like this. Number 42, Natsu Drag Kneel is here from Fairy Tail. Natsu sitting over Rimuru is wild. I get that he burned time against Fairy Heart Zeref, and Fairy Heart Zeref again is no joke whatsoever. We understand that Natsu is a beast. I've been on the record stating that Natsu has performed some high level techniques, boxing against opponents like Ulquiorra, who is using multi-dimensional attacks, boxing against somebody like Acnologia. We get all of that. Rimuru, that's a different case. At 41, we have Mujin Park from God of High School. Are we serious? Over Rimuru? No, we're not doing that. This top 50 it must be randomized. Number 40, Fandom Spot went with Guts from Berserk. I get Guts is an aggressive fighter. I get Guts is one of the most powerful swordsmen out there. They even stated that he has the strength of an army. We understand that. Guts was boxing against demons, boxing against certain things that weren't even fair in his verse. We understand that. But Guts is not beating no Rimuru or Natsu or Kirito. Like, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Guts, respectfully, should be lower. Number 39, they went with Tanya. Let's just see what they had to say. She's also an absolutely amazing tactician, so she could probably punch a lot higher than her weight class when it comes to power. She isn't destroying any planets, but she could definitely wipe out a few cities. So Tanya's ability to wipe out a few cities is what Fandom Spot used to put her above Rimuru, Kirito, Natsu. Are we serious? All of them can wipe out cities. Where do we draw the line? A few cities that Tanya can wipe out. Okay, I mean, I guess she's top 40 of all time. Fandom Spot, you're putting up Fiction Horizon numbers right now. These are Fiction Horizon numbers right now. You do not want to be in this spot, Fandom Spot. Number 38, Jotaro Kujo is making an appearance from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3, it looks like, or they're just talking about overall. Star Platinum happens to be one of the most precise stands that we have seen in the entire JoJo Bizarre Adventure verse. Obviously, Star Platinum can also stop time, has great punching power, attack power, great defense. Jotaro is no scrub, but Jotaro does not belong here. Jotaro has not shown abilities that can rival characters that we have named before him. Oh man, this is a weird one. At 37, they went with Light Yagami. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. Although he does have the ability to put somebody's name in the death note and then they are supposed to pass based on how he writes it. As far as we know, that ability only really works on humans. And secondly, could somebody's power from another anime be able to override the law of the Shinigami? That's more of a technicality that we would have to figure out. I'm not too sure, but if you want to say that Light's ability works on everybody, then I guess Light does deserve a spot on the top 50. Again, I feel like Light would have to tap into the Shinigami eyes. He would have to lose a bit of his lifespan to compete with some of the characters that we have already mentioned. Okay, yeah, Fandom Spot, let's do it. At 36, they went with Goatbeard, aka Whitebeard from One Piece. Let me stop playing. I'm a One Piece fan. Whitebeard happens to be one of my favorite characters, but let me not be biased here. Whitebeard should not be this high. There are some people that have debated Whitebeard's ability to destroy the planet, even though Sengoku said it himself. Whether you believe the Guruguru no Mi has the ability to destroy the planet or not, one can always look towards Whitebeard, especially in his prime as a Haki master. Whitebeard was literally second to the throne after Goldie Roger before he passed. An absolute beast, a man amongst boys, but damn. Whitebeard shouldn't be here. Nah, this is actually crazy. Ichigo is at 35. Quincy Ichigo, Dangai Ichigo, 35. You know what's wild about this? Whitebeard is only one spot below Ichigo. So according to Fandom Spot, Whitebeard could go up into the Bleach verse. Look, Fandom Spot said it was cool. I guess that means... Now let's be for real. Ichigo's spiritual pressure alone will crush about 10 characters that I've read already. Are we serious? At number 34, Fandom Spot went with Kuro from Inspector. Now, I'm not too familiar with Kuro. I have not watched Inspector, so all my Inspector fans, please let me know down in the comment section below. Is this a valid choice or not? I can't speak on it, but I do want to read what they have to say. This man has the weirdest powers in anime, or at least high up there. Yet he can be rather average and unbeatable depending on the circumstances. This is because his flesh is poisonous and he's immortal. Undead Bond levels of immortal. So they're putting him up there with Bond from 7 Deadly Sins. Okay. So encountering anyone who bites or those creeps who lick their sword after they cut you, he just wins. Still doesn't sound like he could beat Ichigo to me, but hey, Y'all let me know down in the comment section below if you watch Inspector. At number 33, Fandom Spot went with Yato from Noragami, another series I have not seen just yet, so let's just take a look at what they said. In times of war, when everyone prays to him, it's implied that he could take on an entire army. Even after losing some of that power, we still see him moving at incredible speeds and taking on other gods. So at the very least, he's gotta be around C/D tier, right? He might not be all that strong, but at least his business is booming. What the hell did I just read? So not only did you call this character, he might be CD tier, but you also said he might not be all that strong. But he is over Ichigo Kurosaki. He is over Whitebeard. He is over Rimuru. He's over Kirito. He's over Natsu. But hey, I mean, he's alright, I guess. At least business is booming. Now, if you've watched Noragami, please tell me what's going on with this right here. This does not sound like this was ranked properly. I could be wrong, but this seems kind of blasphemous. At number 32, Fandom Spot went with Yoichiro from Owari no Seraph. This is another series I have not seen, but I do want to see what they have to say as well. He's a solid soldier, but nothing more than that. Yet when he embraces his online gamer from within, he becomes a monster. He transforms into the Salt King, which heavily increases his attack, and with every swing of his sword, he's destroying a building. Plus, he can fly. But the most important power he gains is to both turn his enemies into salt, one-shotting them in the process, and controlling that salt like a makeshift Gaara. So it sounds like they're comparing him to Gaara essentially, but he also has some different techniques as well, turning people into salt. If you guys have seen this series, let me know if this is an accurate ranking. No, not at 31. No, not Kaneki making it over Ichigo at 31. No, that does not happen. We've all watched Tokyo Ghoul. I don't care what his in-world ranking is. Overall power should be the main source that we are looking at, because we are comparing different anime characters from different series. You cannot tell me one Kagune that Kaneki has access to that can rival an Ichigo, that can rival a Jotaro, that can rival a Rimuru. You can't show me one. And to finish off the 30s, we have Zagrid from Black Clover. So now I'm actually not too mad about this pick. If you don't know Zagrid, this is the word soul devil that Asa and everybody was boxing. He could literally speak something out and all of a sudden the magic is taking over. He had Dark Elf Patati on the ropes. He had Asta on the ropes. Yuno on the ropes. Everyone had to team up. Yami had to team up. Even Lich coming through at the end also had to team up as well, including Lumiere. Zagrid also summoned some substance from the demon realm that was able to absorb mana instantaneously. Like, he is no scrub at all. Top 30, that's a stretch, but if you want to put him in the top 50, I'm not mad. I'm really not mad about it. Now at number 29, they went with Shigaraki from My Hero Academia. Now, Shigaraki has definitely shown out this season in MHA. We do know that Dr. Garaki basically gave him a power boost, so he has access to multiple different quirks as well as All For One's quirk. Shigaraki was able to decimate an entire city within seconds. He was boxing with all of these pro heroes, including Endeavor, had Endeavor on the ropes. Eraserhead's eyes were starting to bleed. I mean, he is that insane, but he's too high on this list. He is way too high on this list, Fandom Spot, and you know it because you said it in your paragraph. So I feel like Shigaraki is overall a much bigger threat. He just happens to be weaker in a one-on-one than Deku. And if you're wondering why All For One isn't here, oh boy, you're in for a ride. Well, I guess we'll find out. But if you say weaker in a one-on-one than Deku, then why is he number 29? You're literally explaining to us why he shouldn't be this high, but you still put him this high. What was the thought process? At number 28, they went with Tatsuya Shiba from The Irregular at Magic High School. So this is another series I'm not familiar with. They're picking a lot of abstract characters here, but if Tatsuya is as powerful as they say he is, you guys let me know down in the comment section below if this is the correct ranking. From what I'm seeing here, they're saying he's incredibly fast and has the power to destroy a satellite. I don't know if that's the feat that they are specifically using to rank him way over a Rimuru, but we'll find out. At number 27, they went with Henri from Durarara. I mean, I've seen the series. I get what they're saying with the sword, but no. I don't care if it cuts you and turns you to a slave. None of that really matters here. Way too high. Way too high based on certain characters that we've read previously. At number 26, they went with Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom. So again, like I've seen in previous lists, I guess this moon feat is something that a lot of people can't get over. But Koro Sensei, the moon feat was cool. It was nice. We do know he's incredibly fast as well, very precise in his fighting techniques as well, has incredible defense, but it's not top 26 of all time level defense or feats. These are things that a lot of the characters characters that are underneath Koro-sensei would be able to do. Oh yeah, My Hero fans are having a field day because Deku at 25 ranked over Ichigo is here to stay, apparently. Now, if you want to talk about what they said about their in-world power going up against their overall power, which way is Deku winning? Ichigo is ranked higher in his verse than Deku is in his. If we look at overall power, Ichigo is ranked higher. Even their own ranking system is not making sense here. What quirk did Deku get that I don't know about? Because he has float now, he's supposed to be able to box a Rimuru? Delete this. Delete this. You see, one thing with Fiction Horizon is Fiction Horizon was pretty much telling us that they didn't even know Rimuru existed. They didn't know anything about Anos or Featherine or, you know, any of these other characters. You know what? Fine. I don't even remember if they put Giorno on that list. So there's a lot of characters that they did not have. What Fandom Spot has here is they know about the abstract anime characters, because clearly we're seeing a lot from smaller series. But if you've done this research on all these smaller series, then why are you having a lot of our shonen powerhouse characters being completely ranked the wrong way? This list, based on the characters I recognize, is horrible. Okay, Fandom Spot, there you go. Number 24, Sinbad from Magi. Yes, Sinbad should be in the top 50. Sinbad is one of the strongest magic characters we have ever seen in all of anime, because he has access to so many different Jin equips that he is virtually unstoppable in his verse. We've seen a small example of it, whether he was boxing against Rancoin or anything like that. Sinbad is a dog. Number 23, they went with Mob from Mob Psycho. Okay, Kageyama Shigeo making an appearance. I'm not mad at this at all, but based on certain characters that we have read previously, I think that Mob should be ranked lower. I know we can talk about Mob's ability to tap into that triple question mark, that unknown unlimited power. Mob was so powerful that the whole Psycho Helmet organization was based after him, and it wasn't even him, it was Dimple doing his own different thing, and the whole thing festered off of Mob's energy and tried to absorb it. That's how powerful Mob is. But top 25 of all time? That might be a stretch, Fandom Spot. At 22, Fandom Spot said Escanor deserves to be here. So this means it must be high noon. It must be 12 o'clock on the dot, because if it's not, get him out of here. Escanor should be on the list, maybe if you want to say in the 40s. I'm not mad about it, because we do know that Escanor was boxing toe-to-toe with Demon King Zeldris. And we also know that the one ultimate has the ability to literally turn his life power into extra magic power for him. But at the cost of his life. Is that a top 25 technique? No. Maybe top 40. If you want to be generous, top 30. Okay, fine. Top 25? No. At number 21, they have Ainz from Overlord. Now, based on what I've been hearing from the Overlord fans, this should be low. This must be low, but I can't confirm it until I see it for myself. Looks like they're just lowballing everybody today, because Alucard is at 20. So I'm really interested to see where they have Goku, or maybe even a Vegeta, or a Naruto, or a Luffy. I'm very interested to see where they have them, based on what we're seeing right here, because, man, I mean, these characters should be much higher. At number 19, Fandom Spot went with You from Charlotte. Now, I do not know this anime at all, so I'm gonna have to take a look and see what they had to say. Early game You is nearly useless. I mean, sure, he can beat up some thugs, but that's about it, as he takes control of your body for a few seconds while his own flops to the floor. However, we later learn that if you happen to have any power whatsoever, you can not only use it while in your body, but it's also no longer your power. He has it. He has hundreds or thousands of them, and he can use them however he pleases. So in the long run, he basically scales infinitely, and all it cost him was his sanity. A fair trade-off. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds kind of OP. You guys let me know if you've seen this series. At number 18, Fandom Spot went with Haruhi. Now, I have heard about this series, haven't seen it, so let's take a look. I mean, she's a literal god after all. The entire plot of the show is people running on eggshells around her so she doesn't get cranky and just destroy reality. Destroy reality? That might be a top 20 feat. This might be valid. I don't know. Y'all let me know. I'm seeing the most abstract of the abstract characters on here, Fandom Spot. 17, we have Altair from Recreators. Never heard of this show in my life. Let's take a look. The thing with Altair is that she's extremely difficult to scale. In the world of Recreators, fictional characters start popping up in the real world. Altair is the one who made this happen, alongside going to other fictional worlds and offing their characters. She then proceeded to demonstrate that she's technically capable of anything, as long as a Reddit post claiming that she has this power gets karma. She has erased people's existence, flipped damage inflicted to her onto her enemies, thrown giant mechs with one hand. She's done a lot. Alright, so I'm interested in her ability to erase people's existence. existence. That sounds wild. That sounds top 20. The other stuff, I mean, I've seen other people do that as well. But top 20, erasing people's existence, yeah. At number 16, they went with Saiki. Now, this one, I'm not mad at. Saiki has to be one of the most versatile anime characters I've ever seen. The ability to teleport, the ability to have access to super strength, super speed, can read minds, and not even get through half of his abilities. My problem with Saiki is that he's very vulnerable on the defensive side, and the fact that he has to have 2 pins in his head just to control his techniques, because if those pins get knocked out, he's very, very vulnerable. That's shaky to me. I don't know if I want to say overall that he can box with a Goku or anything like that, knowing that Goku could literally just knock the pins off mid-battle and it's game over. But then again, Saiki does have access to some crazy techniques. I'm okay with them saying he's top 20. I hear the Naruto fans now. At 15, they went with Madara Uchiha. Clearly, they're talking about Ten Tails Madara. They must be, if Madara's making it this high up the list. But even if they're not, Madara is definitely one of the most powerful characters in the Naruto verse. Madara has access to the Rinnegan and also a really powerful Susanoo. Took the 5 Kages to team up together just to try to crack it with Tsunade's punch. He also took on the entire Shinobi Alliance. Top 15? I don't know about that. Gon made it to number 14? I don't know what to say. We love Gon, right? Adult Gon was stated to have the power to rival Meruem based on what Pito was telling us. But top 15 of all time? We're not talking Hunter x Hunter, y'all. We're talking all time, all character. We were seeing series that I've never even heard of on this list, and Gon still made it to the top 15. That's wild to me. At number 13, Fandom Spot went with Tatsumaki. Tatsumaki is one of the most powerful espers that we've ever seen in all of anime. Has the ability to literally bring down a meteor within seconds, box against some powerful opponents in the One Punch Man verse. But there's always that question of whether you're taking Tatsumaki or Mob. Some people say Tatsumaki, some people have Mob. I think it's close, but I still don't believe Tatsumaki should be this high. This is dangerously high for Tatsumaki. There are way too many characters out there, including all anime, that would body Tatsumaki. Not easily, but they would body her. At number 12, Fandom Spot went with Ryo from Devilman Crybaby. So this is literally the devil in Devilman Crybaby. Box against Akira. We do know that Ryo has access to some insane light powers, and it took Akira almost everything in his power just to compete, and we do know that Akira was no scrub as a Devilman. But at the end of the day, this is dangerously high for somebody like Ryo as well. At number 11, they have Ross from Senyu. Never heard of this series in my life. Let's take a look. I mean, he teleported to the Demon King and just slapped him like the dude owed him money. Said Demon King was supposedly going to take over Earth, mind you. I can't place him too high though, as he doesn't show off too much of his power, but he is definitely strong. You can't place him too high though? Even though he is rank 11? Is that not too high? Haven't seen this series though. If you've seen this series, please confirm. I want to go off because it basically sounds like he just bullied a Demon King that was going to take over the Earth. About 20 characters I read could take over the Earth. Oh boy, and here we go. At number 10, Naruto Uzumaki. I know Bleach fans are mad because Ichigo is about 20 plus spots back. I don't even remember where Ichigo was at. That's how far away he's ranked from Naruto. An absolute crime. Naruto is definitely powerful. We understand that he has access to Nine Tails chakra, which makes him one of the most powerful in his show, but also outside of his show because he can regenerate. He can pass on power to other people. He has access to some insane senjutsu. Naruto is no scrub whatsoever. We get all of that. Top 10 of all time. I don't know about that. There's even some characters in the Boruto verse that took Naruto plus some extra help to get the job done. I don't get it. What's with this Hunter x Hunter hype? Why is Meruem number 9? Post Rose, pre-Rose, any Rose, get him out of here. Top 10 Meruem? Let's stop playing around. He boxed Netero, y'all. I get it was impressive because that was his first fight, but Meruem also ended up losing his life. Let's not get it twisted. At max, Meruem should be in the 40s. This list is bad, man. Fiction Horizon has competition in the worst way, and I didn't even think it was possible. Now, this is a good pick. Now we're talking. At number 8, they went with Simon from Gurren Lagann. Yes, fighting the anti-spiral by throwing galaxies at each other. The amount of power that the Gurren Lagann has is unbelievable. Think about that. Spiral power that can throw galaxies. You gotta put him in the top 10. This is the one pick they got right so far. At number 7, they went with Tetsuo from Akira. Now, this doesn't make sense to me based on the placement. I don't know about Tetsuo being this high based on where you just placed Simon. With the power of Akira, we do know that Tetsuo literally was destroying cities, but Tetsuo can throw galaxies? Come on, Fandom Spot. Now, I have seen some arguments about people saying that Tetsuo has the power to create a whole new universe based on certain things, but those feats are kind of theoretical at this moment. So if we're gonna go with that, I guess Tetsuo should be here, but I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below. This person loves Hunter x Hunter, man. At number 6, we have Nanika. Okay, I mean, listen, y'all know how I feel about Nanika. I do think that Nanika deserves a spot on this list, absolutely. If I was making the top 50, based on what we were able to see from Nanika, the wishes and the conditions that come with the wishes, and the fact that Nanika can destroy and kill thousands without even knowing where they are or who they are. You could be a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, and Nanika can end up killing you just based on what somebody you know requested her. Nanika is that powerful, that dangerous. Top 10 dangerous? Let's stop it. You already have 2 Hunter x Hunter characters in the top 10. This is bias. At number 5, they went with Wang Ling from The Daily Life of the Immortal King. Now, I have not seen this anime at all, but I have heard of it. I do want to see what they have to say about Wang Ling. Wang is probably the most comparable to Psyche K, as he just wants to live an average life and hide his earth-shattering power. He has saved the planet multiple times with no effort and is seemingly all-powerful. As proof of his greatness, all of his spells start with great, and the man unironically has unlightened iPad and unlightened toilet under his equipment. Truth be told, I don't know what any of that means because I have not seen the anime. You guys let me know down in the comment section below if this is a valid pick or not. He's here, y'all. It looks like Fandom Spot went with Anos at number 4. So Anos actually did make the list, which is wild because if Anos is this high, why is Rimuru so low? Unless there's a difference in their power that I'm not seeing, but I believe they are supposed to be in the same conversation. This list is wild. This is a horrible. Number 3, they went with Saitama from One Punch Man. We all know of Saitama's power. We all know what Saitama was able to do against opponents like Boros. He jumped off of the moon. Then you're having him box against Garo, and then there's clearly a bunch of manga feats that I do not want to spoil for you guys just here right now, but Saitama is that guy. Top 10, yes. And with no surprise at all, at number 2, Goku from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, the Dragon Ball series. If we didn't get Goku earlier, of course we were gonna get Goku now. We've seen Master Ultra Instinct Goku in full form going up against the likes of Jiren, literally held down the whole tournament of power for Universe 7. Goku is there. But my problem with this is that there are characters in the Dragon Ball Super universe that are stronger than Goku currently. Whether you wanna look at somebody like a Whis, or the Omni King, or anything like that. Where are they? I mean, there's not enough spots left. We only have 1 more spot left. So maybe the last spot is the Omni King. We don't know. Let's see. And at number 1, it is. The Omni King did make it here, Grand Zeno. So we do know that Grand Zeno has the ability to erase universes. But based on what I've seen in comments in previous videos, the Omni King is far from the strongest of all time. There are even more abstract anime characters that can surpass the likes of the Omni King. But let me say this. The amount of characters that were left off of this list is atrocious. You put Escanor on this list, but didn't put Meliodas. You put Naruto, but didn't put Sasuke. You put Goku, but didn't put Vegeta. You put Jotaro, but did not put Giorno. I could go on forever and ever about the amount of characters that got snubbed on this list, and there were 2 Hunter x Hunter characters that made it into the top 10. Tell us you like Hunter x Hunter without saying you like Hunter x Hunter. Throw this list in the trash. Rework it, redo it. Based on what you were telling us, you were looking at in-world strength and also a mix of overall strength. But it looks like the overall strength was just getting completely ignored. And the in-world strength, I mean, I guess not. Because in Super, if you're looking at in-world strength, Goku would be towards the middle side. There are angels that Goku can't compete with right now. Top 50s are never going to be easy. I understand that. There's a lot that goes into top 50s. There are a lot of abstract shows out there, which is why sometimes you may need to narrow it to a few shows. But this ain't it, y'all. Hopefully they redo it, Fandom Spot. You have a chance to redeem yourself. This is your first offense, your first strike. Come back again, make another list. We'll take a look at it. Fiction Horizon had the ability to fix their list and did not choose to do so. Fandom Spot, don't be that guy. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Peace.